Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, is home to some of the most respected and highest-rated footballers in the world. Since Qatar took power more than a decade ago, Parisians have spent millions trying to win the elusive Champions League trophy. Unfortunately, their attempts have not yet borne fruit. Today, we take a quick look at how much the Qatar-backed club spends on their superstars every month. Here are the 10 players who earn the most at PSG.Note. All numbers come from Transfermarkt. 10. Jorginho Wijnaldum, €916,000. After an impressive 5-season spell at Liverpool, Jorginho Wijnaldum joined PSG on a free transfer last summer. The Dutchman was expected to add dynamism to the Parisians' midfield, but he has yet to live up to the expectations. With a monthly salary of €916,000, he is the second highest paid midfielder at the club. His current contract runs until June 2024. But given his performances this season, we won't be surprised if he leaves Paris itself in 2023 via the Sun. 9. Gianluigi Donnarumma, €916,000. Gianluigi Donnarumma also left AC Milan for Paris Saint-Germain as a free agent in the summer of 2021. The Italian goalkeeper put in a strong defensive performance for PSG and made many good saves throughout the season. Donnarumma conceded 3 goals in the Champions League last 16-second leg against Real Madrid, the first of which was the result of poor decision-making. However, despite this mediocre performance, it would be going too far to call it a failure. We think he is one of the rare Parisian stars to fully justify his announcement. 8. Angel Di Maria, €950,000. Angel Di Maria, one of Paris Saint-Germain's most underpaid players, earns €950,000 per month in the French capital. The striker has served the club diligently since his €63 million move from Manchester United in 2015. Over the past 7 seasons, the Argentinian has scored 91 goals and 115 assists in 289 games, becoming one of PSG's best players. His current contract with the club expires this summer, and the club is unlikely to offer the 34-year-old a new deal, via Fabrizio Romano. 7. Keylor Navas, €1.08 million. Costa Rican hero Keylor Navas moved to the French capital from Real Madrid in the summer of 2019 for a fee of €15 million. After winning 3 consecutive Champions League trophies with Los Blancos, the goalkeeper was expected to perform well for Les Parisiens at the European tournament. He helped the club reach its first Champions League final in his debut season, but the French Giants lost to Bayern Munich in their top-flight match. Navas, who earns €1.08 million a month at Paris, currently takes a backseat to Donnarumma. His contract with the French capital club expires in June 2024. 6. Achraf Hakimi, €1.08 million. Achraf Hakimi is considered one of the best right-backs in the world and left Inter Milan for Paris in the summer of 2021. The Moroccan international has been a sensation since his €66.5 million transfer and has repeatedly put his opponents in trouble with his creativity and pace. At only 23 years old, Hakimi already earns €1.08 per month at PSG, which makes him the second highest paid defender at the club. Hakimi's current contract with the club is seen as part of PSG's future and expires in June 2026. 5. Marco Verratti, €1.20 million. The club's highest-paid midfielder, Marco Verratti, was one of the first players PSG signed after taking over Qatar. The Parisian team paid just €12 million to sign the Italian from Pescara, and they certainly got their money's worth. Verratti is the heart and soul of PSG's midfield. Without him, they often struggle to dominate play in the middle of the pitch and create clear scoring opportunities. In the last 10 years, Verratti has won 7 Ligue 1 titles, 6 French Cups, and 6 French League Cups. The European Championship winner, who currently earns €1.20 million per month at PSG, has a contract until June 2024. 4. Marquinhos, €1.20 million. Brazilian central defender Marquinhos is currently the highest-paid defender in Paris Saint-Germain in Ligue 1. Since arriving from Roma for €31.4 million in 2014, Marquinhos has been a constant presence in PSG's starting 11. Having learned his trade from compatriot Thiago Silva, The 27-year-old is now the club's undisputed leader. The defender takes home €1.20 million every month and has a contract with the club until June 2024. Given the qualities he possesses, we won't be surprised if sooner or later the Parisians offer him a better contract. Number 3. Kylian Mbappe, €2.20 million. Since leaving Monaco in 2017, no player has scored more goals, 158 goals, for PSG than Kylian Mbappe. After his successful loan to Paris, the club activated his €145 million purchase clause in 2018 to make his stay permanent. Despite the burden of a ridiculously high price tag, Mbappe never looked overwhelmed and regularly provided goals and assists. The 23-year-old is a valuable part of the team, which is why the Parisians want to keep him, according to Marca. Unfortunately, Mbappe, who earns €2.20 million per month, is yet to agree a contract extension and is expected to leave on a free transfer when his contract expires this summer. Real Madrid is believed to be his preferred destination, with B-Soccer claiming Paris have accepted the fact they cannot keep Mbappe in the French capital beyond this season. 2. Lionel Messi, €3.38 million. Lionel Messi surprisingly left Barcelona as a free agent at the end of the 2020-21 season, with PSG making him their big signing. The Parisians offered Messi a 2-year contract with a monthly salary of €3.38 million. Unfortunately, they have yet to see the Argentine at his best. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner cut a frustrating figure in the Champions League round of 16 defeat to Real Madrid. In Ligue 1, he was rather poor in front of goal, scoring just 2 goals in 18 appearances. 1. Neymar, €4.08 million. Neymar is by far the highest-paid player in PSG and Ligue 1. The Brazilian superstar takes home an impressive €4.08 million every month and earns just over €1 million every week. Paris Saint-Germain paid €222 million to bring him to the French capital from Barcelona in 2017, but have yet to get value for money. The 30-year-old has scored just 2 goals in the Champions League knockout stages since the 2017-2018 season, which is quite poor for a player of his caliber. Like his former Barcelona teammate Lionel Messi, Neymar was also booed by PSG fans in the aftermath of their Champions League defeat to Real Madrid. The left winger still has more than 3 years left on his contract with Paris Saint-Germain. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss new content. See you in the next video.